In this series, you will be given a broad overview of the workflow within Cinema 4D. Over the course of the series, you will see how the different object types work together, and how various tasks are handled within the application. This means that in some cases, rather than providing the 100% best method for achieving a particular solution, you are presented with a way of achieving a result while exploring specific aspects of Cinema 4D. To this end, each video in the series introduces key concepts needed for future work, as well as providing you with a launching point for further exploration. The first 4 parts will provide you with an introduction to the interface, navigation, object selection, and transforms. Once you have some familiarity with these aspects of the software, you can move on to the project portion of the series. Within the project, you'll be introduced to primitive objects and deformers, splines and generators, polygon modeling and generators and deformers, and the camera object. You will then move on to an overview of basic animation, F-curve editing, lighting, and materials. Finally, the series wraps up with a breakdown of how to render out your project. It should be noted that while this series does show you how to render out the project, if you're interested in how to work with that footage in an application like After Effects, you will want to check out one of the series dedicated to that workflow. When watching this series, it's a good idea to watch through each section once. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Once you've watched through a section, start going through a second time, this time following along as it goes. After you make your way through a section, create a new file, and take some time to try and explore what you have learned further. This includes exploring the various tabs and menus, trying out other generators and deformers, or even trying out various lighting setups found on the web. Also, don't be afraid of clicking icons. The very worst that can happen is you will need to undo, or reload the project. Once you feel comfortable with the concepts introduced in a specific section, then move on to the next video. Also, if you do feel lost, remember that you can skip back to a later point in the video. You can also undo almost any action. And probably most important is if you want to find more information about a specific command or attribute, you can access the context-sensitive help. This is done by right-clicking on an attribute and selecting Show Help, or by holding the mouse over an attribute and hitting Ctrl F1. So with that preamble finished, dive in, take your time, and have fun.